This is not just another car show here in Munich. This is really a revolution in the auto industry, and for BMW, really laying out the future of what this car company looks like. Thank you so much for joining us. The Neue Klasse, what do you want people to walk away from Munich with about the sort of new and improved future of BMW?
Well, what we showcase here in Munich at the IAA is the future of the automobile at BMW. We are starting a new era of automobility, which is on the one hand fully digitalized and of course purely electric, and at the same time sustainable and ready for the industry which runs in circles, a circular industry. So we are showcasing the future of the next decade already, and behind me is the concept car of the Neue Klasse, which we will explain what's in there, whoever is here. And we are very proud of it. And in that car, or in the sum of cars, we will showcase is everything BMW can do on the innovation side.
Right, and part of that obviously is EVs, and we'll get more into that. But also there's all these other invisible parts of the car, the software, all of this digitalization that's going on behind the scenes. Where do you want to win in that? What is the most important? What are customers now demanding that they were not demanding previously?
Well, it's not only about a digital car. It's about the merger of software and hardware, how that fits together. It's not about the biggest screen or who writes the most line of code or just to put some digital feature in the car. It's how does it feel? How does that merge the car with the software? The best software is where the customer doesn't even recognize that the software is there to help him to be a companion with the car. So that idea of that the car is a companion driven by software and hardware integration, that's the idea behind this car.
And the electric minis, what part of the market do you hope to touch that? There's obviously another part of the strategy that we'll be seeing here in Munich.
Well, we just had the keynote just 2 hours ago. Maybe you've seen it. That is a new era for Mini as well. Purely electric with a completely new, very Mini-like interior. And Mini runs in its own segment. And apart from the fact that it's purely electric, it's a global market segment. In China, where the car is produced, in the UK, of course, we will also have a footprint fully electric in Oxford. And of course, the rest of the world. Think about the United States, think about the rest of Europe, and think about South America. So that is a global concept. And I've driven the car many times. I'm truly excited about the new Mini.
And you mentioned Oxford. I know you said you were in good talks with the UK government on subsidies. Have you arrived at an agreement on that?
Yes, well, we had very good talks. We get support there. But let's wait for the final agreement we have here. But I think we are very, very positive about the discussions we have there.
And of course, Munich will also be marked by a lot of the other car makers that will be there, some of them for the first time, many of them from China, and a lot of the competition. How do you view that competition?
Well, BMW, as we are in transformation all the time, we embrace competition because we're very self-confident that we have a very good product offering. Good products will create market demand. And, you know, China has the largest car market in the world, and that there is an industry developing to supply that market, which at some point in time also goes on a global scale, just like we do. That is not a surprise. So let's embrace them and let's try to have a fair and competition to build ever better products for our customers.
And you mentioned, obviously, China is the largest car maker. It's also been notably the economy has been weakening. What has been BMW's experience recently? Are you seeing further deterioration in that market? No,
we have a growth in that market this year, especially the growth in the purely electric segment has been doubling so far. We are very stable in the market because we are operating with purely electric cars in all market segments. Think about the i7, which is only launching so that's not even 1 full year. We have the iX3. We are launching just the the new i5 purely electric with a long version, which is only available in China. So we're not afraid of that. And if you look at the current figures, BMW is growing in the Chinese market. And there's not one industry in China. There's BMW and there are other manufacturers. And I can only speak for BMW. We have a solid foundation in the Chinese marketplace.
And then in terms of the pricing for EVs, we have Tesla out with another aggressive price cut. Are you going to have to look at pricing, particularly with a macro outlook that has sort of become more unclear?
Look, pricing, that is an everyday task. Do you reach the right price point? But I would like to reiterate, we are not operating in the base segment. We have never done that. We have a very super strong product, like a lot of tests show, and then we have strong demand. So we will never go down to a volume segment just to push volume, because we don't need to.